Good afternoon,
Dafür ist es nicht
everyone.
mehr Bandbreitenlimitiert.
Morgan doesn't speak German, so I'm going to switch to English for you all. For Morgan's sake, actually. My name is Roshan. This is Morgan Clausen. We're from Teridion. We are an older new startup, if you want to look at it that way. Teridion has been around for about 5 years. That the internet, in fact, is becoming the new local area network. Enterprises have spent tens of millions of dollars building out high-quality, high-performance local area networks and data center networks. We believe to use the internet as a part of your network. So, as I mentioned, we've been around for about 5 years. If you've used Box from Atlassian, Ignite, through, you are using the Teridion network. The solution is simple and intuitive, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. We have no bandwidth limitation or remote sites. Your branches to the internet is what bounds your throughput. The intent of the solution is to take advantage of broadband or direct internet access, so you'll get accelerated performance to SaaS applications. And all of this is done with one simple connection to our network. We have two elements. One is by accelerating the performance of TCP, general TCP acceleration. In addition, we also do route optimization. So we figure out the fastest paths to get from point A to point B. So let me explain how this is set up. We are going to run a race. So we're going to race one file download through the Teridion network, which may or may not use the AWS network, and one download simultaneously that is running through the AWS network. Now, ostensibly, you would think that AWS network is one big LAN and a file transfer. That is the most optimized path. It's a private network. But if we do our job right, if we set this up properly, you'll see that we're able to find the optimal path. I'll go ahead and start this. And again, the top bar will be green. It's Teridion green will be going through our network. The bottom will be going through standard internet. So I'll start these off. Our network using performance as the key metrics. So throughput, loss, and latency. About 25 different cloud providers. In each one of their data centers, we install a microservice. Each one of them will record the performance, the effective throughput, the latency, and the loss every 5 minutes. The 25 leading cloud service providers worldwide, I have that heat map. And so I'm able to dynamically place cloud routers in the best possible locations. And the most common use case that we have is to go site to site connection that routes the traffic into our cloud edge, and I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. From there, the traffic is now inside of that Teridion overlay network. And in this specific case, it's coming to another site. So this network is a living, breathing organism. Routers are always spinning up and spinning down. As scale demand increases, we're spawning new instances of routers. As a result of that, our first this initial network incarnation is really based on routing. It's really over 400 POPs worldwide. I think the current count is in the 450 range. So we don't have to build out a dedicated physical rack space and a colo. We're taking advantage of everything that Google, Amazon, Azure, IBM SoftLayer, DigitalOcean. A little bit about Box. Box is maybe one of our top 3 customers, I think. The interesting thing about Box is they use us for upload traffic. Their traffic doubles every year. Performance across the globe can vary. On average, we see about a 5x improvement in throughput. This is from a US point of view. I want to be clear, we're not doing anything unnatural to the protocols. What we're really doing is maximizing the performance of those first mile and last mile connections. If you have a site and that site has a 100 megabit broadband connection or a gigabit fiber connection, we will squeeze every last kilobit per second out of that connection. Inside of the middle mile of our network, inside of the heart of our network, it's to ensure a consistent level of performance. Site to SaaS, voice and video, again, will improve performance there. And then finally, an alternative to MPLS, in particular international MPS, which can be very pricey. We offer an SLA comparable to MPLS providers. The key applications, remote desktop and VDI. I know this is a deviation from MFT. This is a general service that covers a broad range of capabilities. It is a WAN service as opposed to a specific file transfer service. I want to show you a little bit of what it's like to set up the service. You'll log in to do initial setup. You'll put in a site name, and you'll tell us a little bit about what your CPE is. I have a Cisco router. I have a VelaCloud. Everything else is learned by our routers. From a monitoring standpoint, you log in. Some people like a map view so they can see at a glance what's going on. From the map view, you can kind of zoom in and go into a specific site. Most commonly, we expect to see people using the grid view, which is very, very comfortable for most operations. From a usability standpoint, you can drill down into a specific site. You can take a look at connectivity and reachability stats. You can look at overall utilization of those sites. Easy to digest. You can do it through the user interface, and of course, we would make this available programmatically too via APIs. I'll answer as many questions as you want, but we're ready for beers.